Some of the points, I had a few more points, but probably, we can discuss offline. But these were some of the points that I thought of sharing. Hope it was useful. Thank you very much.
Say, sorry. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. So may I ask now to our colleague, Mr. Kulkarni from SEDAC Pune. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. And from morning till time, I have learned a lot of things here from the very eminent people over here. Prior to this, actually, yesterday we had a roundtable conference and a lot of ideas, thoughts got exchanged. Actually, I'm not by profession a patent engineer or patent person. I'm looking into the language technology area, doing research and development, and a couple of patents have been filing. My experiences of filing patents were very good. Having said that, in the morning, you must have witnessed that we have signed an agreement of what is called the plan, the EPO and IT work plan we have signed. We have already had, this is the third plan which we have signed in the morning. And under that plan, we have actually envisaged a lot of things. I'm standing before you just to talk about how we can take some of these things further as a Indo-European IPR collaboration platform. We do have a DIT project, wherein we have developed a portal called the ICT-IPR.in. Probably most of the people must have gone through that. And trying to provide services to the SME sector especially, doing invention analysis, prior art searches, any help which is required. And within this program, we felt that it would be too good idea to have EPO plus India as a joint collaborative platform, as a massive portal coming up basically, as a one-stop shop basically in terms of all the services. So this has been planned in terms of the portal which we are trying to do. So under the Indo-European IPR collaboration platform as a part of the third work plan between the EPO and IT, it is expected to be an umbrella platform for various services, information to various stakeholders on the lines of the current ICT IPR platform. We also feel that it will have a linked access to various information services, sources, online filing, patent information systems, IPR law, filing procedures, case law, and others of Indian as well as the European IPO. So we will be able to actually, on one platform, we will be able to get all of these things. We hope that the companies or the government agencies will be able to cooperate in this to give the desired information. One-stop shop for information related to various schemes in Europe and India on the joint research, R&D collaboration and IPR collaboration. Availability of specific information in Indian and European languages. This becomes a very, very crucial portion in terms of India per se, because we do have 22 Indian languages. These are scheduled languages. Same happens with Europe. I think there are 28 languages basically in Europe, across all Europe. And that becomes a very key area for us to reach out to the people, reach out to the masses. And hence, on the lines of what was being discussed in the morning, that they do have a patent translate, which can be used to at least give the abstract as well as the patents into the multiple languages, translating from Chinese to English and Korean to English and so on and so forth. So on the similar lines, we would also like to plan to have the patents provided in Indian language. This is a very, what is called a massive effort which might be required, but we do have a crowdsource model wherein people will be able to contribute to the translations and make the translations better and better. Support for IP commercialization and technology transfer via an IPR marketplace. So we are already in discussion with the DKPTO. We had in Munich a lot of discussion on this portion, and we will take this marketplace further in terms of using and even similar tools, technologies of EPO as well as the Indian side. We'll try to put it on this portal and make this portal as decent as or all stakeholders can come on that. An interface for matchmaking for Indian as well as the European companies. So it is expected that a huge database of SME sector, basically India as well as Europe, should be there on this particular platform. and subject wise should be there, so that we will be able to have a comparable things on the what is called on the platform, wherein you can see the patents across the countries. So this is just some advanced work we started doing, but this is just a start, so I'm not going to get into details, but the portal will be much more friendly also. So access to the information resources like digital libraries containing information on IP legislation, case laws, filing procedure, IP laws and current procedures in India as well as UPO can be provided in an integrated manner. Various schemes as was been discussed, initiated by Government of India and EPO. Web interface with search facility for easy information access. So we will leverage upon some of the searches, but we do have a search engines wherein we can search through multilingual contents also and provide a decent access to EPO databases. Multimedia framework, we do have a Indian IP panorama. We have localized the WIPOs, what is called the Indian IP panorama. It's a multimedia based system, and we have been using that. Patent abstract we provide in Indian languages as European languages. So this is the architecture. I'm not going to get into details. Localized content, the platform can be integrated with localization support, wherein the abstracts of the patents application can be displayed in local languages. A section also can be built for benefits of a particular patents, which can also be localized in Indian languages. For getting detailed information in localized content, human-assisted machine translation of the patent literature can also be provided as a platform on the platform. Support services to European and Indian SMEs. So IP marketplace developed by DKPTO proposed to be integrated. The IP facilitation services provided by different institutions in India as well as Europe, such as the Indian Patent Office, IPR Help Desk, PatLib centers, and so on and so forth, will be integrated within this, and obviously it will be multilingual search facility. So I think we will be doing we hope to do a great job in this particular area with all the help from EPO coming up, as well as what is called the institutions, and obviously with the support of DIT. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Kulkarni. So we see that the question is not to get information, it's to get the good information on time and to be in a position to use it, to reuse it, whether it is in a foreign language or not, and to make sure that out of that information we get the good points to try to build up a new strategy. So information quantity, it's a good point, quality, it's a far better point, and to use it, it's even the best one. So now I'm going to give the floor to our colleague, Mr. Prabhu.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Rakesh, and I thank you very much for inviting me for this session. I'll share please let me share my perspective on the subject patent information and analysis for business strategy. As we all know, a patent document or a patent information is a wealth of information with the best of the data relating to the invention. It could be on the legal, it could be on the technology, or it could be on the commercial. So many companies today regard the patent information as one of the high value information, especially in the background that this information is so readily available to be used for accelerating the innovation process in a particular company. So you see many companies today make crucial business decisions using this patent information. Primarily it could be to do bidding, to do a proposal, or it could be for mergers, acquisitions, or to take some strategic business decisions. So let's see what is little more information on patent information and how the analysis will help us. If you see, traditionally a patent search was always done and information was retrieved at the time of filing a patent application as a part of the patent application process. The idea was primarily to find out the novelty of the invention and identify the prior existing art and differentiate and chart out the claims. Also, traditionally, patent search was conducted while preparing for patent litigation suit as such. But however, we have seen many companies in the recent years using this patent information for more strategic business reasons. It could be for analyzing a patent activity of a competitor, or it could be tracking development of a particular sector or a particular technology. forecasting change in the technology direction, or to conduct research and policy development internally. Patent information also includes the technical or the legal information provided in the patent document. If you see technically a patent document, you have loads of information supplied in the patent document, which primarily starts with bibliographic references of the patents referred as a prior art and their citations. You also find details relating to the title, abstract, details of the applicant, the inventors who have contributed to the invention, their earlier inventions in case of patent in addition, or it could be description, drawings, claims, etc. However, there are some information which are very, very crucial, which is, however, not readily available on first reading of a patent document, which could be more inferred by doing more research-related activities. This information is more inherent to the patent and the relevant particular technology for which a patent document is filed. So this information, it could be with respect to statistical data relating to the number of patents owned by the particular applicant, or it could be competing patents which are in a particular market, or it could be a quality of a patent portfolio, or it could be also to the industry trend can be tracked by using this particular statistical data, or also it could be to identify the R&D activity of a particular company. So this information are not readily available in the patent document, but however, by doing a statistical analysis, you will be in a position to retrieve this particular information. So over 80% of patent information found in a patent document is found nowhere else. So as such, the information or a patent document is a primary source of information for many activities. Let us see how companies have been using the patent information in the recent past. To begin with, one of the primary activity the companies get into is the information, the patent related information is used as a tool for creative thinking. As we all know, the patent information is a rich source of information, a first-hand information relating to a particular technology. So this information is primarily used to analyze and to teach how to invent and how to create. Typically, the TRIZ methodology, which is basically a problem-solving methodology, uses patent information as a primary material to share the information. In addition to facilitate the TRIZ inventors, millions of patent documents have been analyzed, have been categorized, have been identified at various different levels of inventiveness, and the system is so robust that the innovation principles are being provided so that the companies can use this into the R&D activity. One of the other activity which the companies use the patent information is for the licensing. So as we all know, primarily licensing is relating to with respect to a particular technology or a particular art. So in case if a company is looking for licensing a particular, licensing in or licensing out a particular technology, it is very, very relevant that the company gathers the right information relating to that particular technology or the art. So how the company does it? The company has to do a detailed patent analysis attached to that particular technology. In today's world, most of the technologies are secured by a patent document. So good patent search and analysis of the information will really help companies to identify the strengths of a particular technology. Also, it could be the value of a particular technology and also the weaknesses. So that this is a good platform before a patent licensing discussion is initiated. It's always good for the company to gather this information. In case of licensing in the technology of the other competitor, it is very crucial you gather the information relating to the technology what you are looking at. You should see whether the legal protection for the technology in the target market, a possibility of facing an infringement suit in the target market, what you're looking. You're also going to look at the value you're going to assess the value as compared to the existing alternative technologies in the particular market. Similarly, while doing a licensing out, you are going to assess the prospective licensees, in what space the licensee would be active, or what is the background of the licensee. Is it going to be a competitor, or is he a competitor? At the same time, you also understand how to offer attractive fair price value to a licensee in the light and the background that there could be an alternative technology in the same market. When it comes to cross-licensing, as we all know, cross-licensing is a process where two licensors exchange the patent information or permit the usage of the patents and the cross-license. In this situation, the payment of royalty, if at all if there is primarily determined by the value of the patent. So typically in the case of a cross-licensing, a licensor who actually has a lesser value of a patent would have to pay the royalty to the licensee or to the other party as such. So in the cross-licensing, the issue of valuing a particular intellectual property is very crucial. So one of the ways how the company arrives at a value of a particular technology is by doing a patent analysis and gathering the information. So by doing this analysis, the company will be in a better position to negotiate, or at the same time to evaluate the kind of value what as a royalty has to be paid to the other side. In one such instance where again the company will use the patent information would be in mergers and acquisitions. Whenever a company wishes to merge or acquire a set of technology or a company, one of the things what they do is try to run through a particular patent search or identify the patents which are very active in that. So you do a patent search and basically you shortlist the companies which are very active in a particular technology. So this will help you to narrow down the choice of mergers or of the companies in which you want to merge. So once you have a target company which is finalized, you do a detailed patent analysis of that particular company's patents, and you arrive at